Let's roll. We're making roast potatoes, and not any roast potatoes. These are the best roast potatoes you've ever had, and you'll see why. Let's start with, well, the potatoes. We need about a kilo of those and a pot of cold water. Keep that close and handy, because that's where the potatoes are going after they get peeled. Throwing the potatoes in cold water is not only going to keep them from discoloring, but also wash off some of the starch, which is a good thing when it comes to crispiness. Now it's time to slice these up. How big your roast potatoes are is entirely up to you. The only thing that this will affect is the cooking time. But whatever size you go for, just make sure they're all the same. For me, that's the perfect size. Now, here's the first trick to taking your roast potatoes to the next level. We're gonna parboil them. Add 3-4 tablespoons of salt. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me. And then just bring that up to a boil. Right around the time that happened, I remembered a little trick, courtesy of Mr. J. Kenji Lopez. Add a teaspoon of baking soda. Boiling the potatoes in alkaline water helps break down the pectin, the potato's cellular glue, which results in a rougher surface and eventually a crispier roast potato. You want to boil the potatoes to the point where the edges start breaking off. Then spread them out and allow them to cool down and all that steam and moisture to escape. Meanwhile, remember that beef fat that we skimmed off the fat broth and I asked you to save? If you don't, you can check out the video there. It's already super flavorful from boiling for 6 hours with all those aromatics, but we're gonna infuse more. What? Yes. As soon as it's all melted, we're gonna hit it with some potato-friendly herbs. I've got a big sprig of rosemary, a little bundle of fresh thyme, and a couple of cloves of garlic that we're only gonna smash and throw in whole. Then let that infuse on the lowest heat for about 15 minutes. I know that looks like a lot of fat, but we're only gonna toss the potatoes in and discard the rest. Take out all the aromatics and you can save those. They're very nice for garnishing or just as a crispy snack. Now grab yourself a large bowl. Carefully pour in the beef fat. Just save 1 or 2 tablespoons. And then carefully add your potatoes. Hit them with as much black peps as you want. You'll notice that I'm not adding any more salt. That's because they should be perfectly seasoned from the boiling water. But try one and see if it needs more salt. I also throw in a couple of big pinches of dried oregano. It's time to toss. But please, be careful, we're dealing with hot fat here. The idea here is to get a little rough with the potatoes. You want to form a pasty layer that's gonna sort of emulsify with that flavorful fat and coat all the chunks. Now use the fat that we saved to brush the roasting pan with. Can you use olive oil instead of beef fat? Sure you can. You can use any oil, just make sure you infuse it. Because fat is the best flavor vehicle. Transfer the potatoes into the tray and make sure you have them spread out onto a single layer. And if you're a perfectionist freak like myself, you lay all the chunks flat side down for optimal crispage. It's time to roast. These took about 45 minutes total baking time at 240 Celsius. About 30 minutes in, or as soon as they start picking up some color, you're gonna want to take them out and give them a little flip, because it's the bottoms that get the crispy treatment. Then put them back in for another 10-15 minutes. After which, you're gonna be greeted by the best roast potatoes you've ever had in your life. They're gonna be impossibly crispy on the outside and creamy and fluffy on the inside. Fill up a serving bowl with those crispy gold nuggets, and I like to garnish that with some of the fried aromatics and top with fresh thyme and sea salt flakes. Let's try this again. Everybody should know how to make good roast potatoes, and well, I don't think they get better than these. Roll out! Thanks for watching, y'all. Share and like the video if you did, it helps the channel, and stick around for more. In the meantime, check these out.